Shalom, giving all praise to Yahweh Shemal Shabbat Shem Kakodash. Giving all praises to Yahweh Shemal Shabbat Shem Kakodash. Now with uncalled Halalyam, like Yahweh Shemal Shabbat Shem Kakodash. And Shalom to the hopefully elect out there of the sons of Yasha'Allah. Anyway, I'm going to entitle this video, Let's See Where the Spirit Takes Me. Today's date is December 8, 2022, a year of Yahweh Shemal Shai turning up. And the reason why I put the date on this title is because I did videos with the same name. Let's see where the Spirit takes me, so I got to date it. Anyway, this is what I'm going to do. I'm gonna go to like the notifications. Anyway, so this right here, this is the newest notification. Jacob is the beginning. Upload Los Lunes Decalogue Stones, which there was videos done by this. This is a elder Gazak out of the Mississippi family of GMS Chicago. His brother still lives in Chicago. His brother's still with the GMS Chicago camp. He does a lot of spirits on him. He does a lot of videos on the Northern Kingdom. I don't know why that is, but the Most High put the spirit on him to go into a lot of documentation on the Northern Kingdom. So I'll get a chance. I'll watch this later. Got some comments here. I'll read this comment from here. Israel commented, Deuteronomy 29, verse 4, yet Yahweh have not given you an heart to perceive and eyes to see and ears to hear unto this day. Great precept that goes with the topic, the video that I did. And it was based upon the scripture. I really just went into one scripture, which was Isaiah 6, verse 9, on down. You can start at 8 and just read down. And that's talking about how the Most High sent a spirit to, stop the ears and the eyes, close the eyes and the heart of Israel, the Israelites, so they don't get the truth. Because when we went into captivity, I also mentioned, I didn't go to it, but I mentioned Matthew 25, another one of my favorite parables. And it's self-explanatory. The 10 versions, 5 were wise and 5 were foolish. And suddenly they all slumbered and slept. What does it mean that we all slumbered and slept? That we didn't know that we were Israelites for a certain amount of time through the dark ages. And some of us did know that we were Israelites, but some of us embraced other ways of life. So we were pretty much in a deep sleep. And it was during the time of the great slave trade, because great could be wickedly great or great in a good way. So that was a great meaning big, something major. So when we suffered the slave trade and the Northern Kingdom, being taken over by Esau on the other side of the world, we were all put asleep. We were all, the Most High slept us, so to speak. So we can go, meaning knowing that who we are. So some of us knew it, but it was taken, just, as you taught your children, you started speaking Hebrew, then you started speaking, you started doing away with certain laws, eating dogs, and so forth, like Gad. And then you had Jake, which is Judah. It's all the 12 tribes, Jake. But the kingdom of Judah, they went into hardcore slavery, the slave trade, the transatlantic slave trade, which is the fulfillment of many precepts of verses in Deuteronomy chapter 28. The yoke of iron, the slave ships. And you got, clowns out there like Vocab Malone saying that that's not talking about it. And this Vocab Malone, he's going to get something special in the kingdom. He's going to be infamous. He better hope like hell that he's an Israelite, and that he, that in the kingdom his head is down pursuant to Daniel 12. You better hope like hell, because you don't want to be an Edomite. You don't want to be an Edomite. 2022, not the best time to be an Edomite. It was good. It was Lewis, was this guy, Lewis Clark, whatever his name was, a comedian. He said it's good to be white. He said if he had to come back, he'll re-up on white. And then he spoke about, but we're going to pay. But for now, he said, whoopee. So what's this guy's, Lewis Clark, I think his name was? Lewis something. I'm not going to look. Man, you know what? Let me look for it. Maybe I got his name wrong. C.K. Lewis, something like that. Let me try to find it. Okay. C.K. Lewis. C.K. Lewis. I don't know where I got Lewis Clark from. Come on now. Lewis C. Clay. Lewis C. Clay. Lewis C. K. Let me see. Okay, Lewis C. K. Copy. I should have just cut. White people. White people. See what comes up. Okay, this has got to be something else. White people in India. I'm gonna watch this. Okay, it has something to do with white people. Why doesn't it come up? You got to search for it. But he talks about reing up on white, and he said we're going to pay for it, but for the meantime, whoopee! If somebody got it, you can get it, put it in there. This might be it. Yeah, I'm gonna watch him. I guess this is it. I guess this is white people problems. But anyway, let me get back. Let me get back into this. I was also watching this brother Riza Islam, and I subscribed to him on my smart TV because he was doing it. Matter of fact, let me do this. Riza, I'm gonna be all over the place. So Riza Islam. Let me do this. Bear with me for a minute. Okay, this is the video I was watching, which was goes back a month ago. So this is his page. Intellectual extremists. So I was watching this video. He was really going in. He was going into a lot of books, the secret relationships between blacks and Jews. What are the books? There's a three-part, part one book, part two, part three. What was the name of it? Damn. Matter of fact, let me do this. Okay, let me give you the books. Where's the books at? Where's the books? The part with the books. Where's the part with the books? Okay, this is a different video. I'm sorry. This is a different video because he had a hoodie on. He had a hoodie on. Where the hell is it? Where the hell is it? Anyway, if I find it, it should be on this page. This is his page right here. But he was going in, and I was thinking that with all that he knows a lot of truths, but he doesn't know the truth. He doesn't know the truth. And if he doesn't repent, and I'm positive he came across videos dealing with Israelite or Israelism, as vocab calls it. You know, everybody saw the video with the IUIC and the march and the whole Kyrie thing, the Barclays Center. So, you know, if you saw that video, I'm positive he saw some ISUPK videos, some Sakari videos, some possibly some GMS videos. So he's heard the message of being an Israelite. So if he doesn't wake up to the fact that he's an Israelite, well, first of all, he has to be a part of the elect. If he's not a part of the elect, he's not going to get this full understanding. That's why I did the last video that I did, featuring Isaiah 6, verse 9 on down. There's a lot of Jakes out there that know a lot of things. But if they don't know that they're Israelite, and not just knowing that you're an Israelite, knowing the truth and accepting the truth, accepting Yahweh Bashem, Yahweh Shai, and you can't be an Israelite and call on Jesus. That's a video right there for you, Apostle Ramlock. You can't be a true Israelite. You can't be an Israelite of the Most High. You know, Galatians 6, I think that's 17, somewhere around there. I'm not going to go to it. You can't be a true Israelite and call on Jesus or call on Christ. You got to call on his name. And if you call yourself a prophet, the Most High gave all his secrets to you. And his name is not so much a secret. So you got to know that you're an Israelite. You got to call on the name Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai. You have, if you're a man, you should be out there teaching in some capacity. You should be a helper, a teacher, a prophet. You should eat this role and go out and teach the sons of Israel. And if you're doing that, and the teachers are here, the GMS are the top teachers on the planet Earth. Second in line is Kyrie. Distant third is IUIC, and then I mean they're going down every day. ISUPK. I mean they're looking bad. They're looking real bad. And when a man that really doesn't know he's an Israelite, Hassan Campbell, can come out with straight truth, and then Captain Desariak are gonna, you saw it affected him. I mean, you asked me a question about the slave ships. What about Deuteronomy? What do you got to say about that, Tahar? Deuteronomy 28 and 68. My head is not going to drop. My hands are not going, give me a second. I'm not going to, damn near faint. Just ask me about the scriptures. I'll give you the answer. I mean, you can clearly see, when we played on it, we clowned them on that. You can clearly see that when Hassan Campbell made that statement about the FEMA camps and the MOTB, that Captain Tazariak was greatly affected by it. It affected him in a bad way. We damn near thought he was going to have a heart attack. But then he goes to explain it, but he explains it the wrong way. So if he doesn't repent and he doesn't get his act together and he doesn't leave the ISUPK and get with the truth, the true truth, he might eat a missile. Now, what's coming out now with this whole C thing, the C-19 thing, now you got a lot of people that are giving pushback to Fauci, and I'm gonna say it this way. I'm gonna say it in code. A video that was put up by Palix J. Bones. Palix J. Bones. Now, if you know what I'm talking about, your brain is working. All 8 cylinders are pushing. He did a video with this Japanese, I guess he's like a senator or like an expert, and he's cursing out the Japanese government officials, pretty much saying that the C-19 was all BS, and that a lot of people got injured, man. So people are waking up. People are waking up. Oh, I'm going to say this too, and I'm going to go into some precepts. This thing with Kyrie about that movie, the ADL got involved and they made calls. They said, look, ask them about that movie that he saw. So they're checking Jake. Whatever Jake does, especially if you're a celebrity, sports celebrity, actor, or whatever, they're checking out what you do. So they questioned him on it, and they said, you're promoting this film. Well, wait a minute. Jeff Bezos is promoting this film. I think that I saw something where they confronted Jeff Bezos about taking the film down. He said, "No, I ain't taking the film down. That's part of my First Amendment." And that's what this guy. Look, Kyrie can bring a lawsuit because he said, "I saw this movie," whatever he said. I don't even know I don't know if it's still up. I saw this movie, blase, Hebrews and Negroes. Whether he said you should watch it or I agree, guess what? He has a First Amendment right to say what he wants to say. Hey, Edomite, they can make a movie that depicts Edomites as being the heroes and Jake being a bunch of demons. They can look. You can make a movie and have Edomites play angels and righteous people, and have Jake playing black devils. And I might not. I ain't gonna see that movie unless I want to do it for educational purposes. But Esau can make a movie like that. It'll get a lot of controversy, and Esau can certain actors say, "I like that movie." You see that movie? You can't convict him on that. So guess what? Kyrie has a lawsuit because he said what he said. You have the right. You have the right. You have the right. If you're a racist, you got a right to say you're a racist. Like they say, are you a racist, Mr. White Man? Like what's his name, Jerry Jones or whatever his name is. He said, I was just a part. No, he should have just said it. He said, look, I was a racist back there, but I've learned through the years to love whatever. You was a motherfucking racist, man. If they had a cross out there burning, you'd have been out there with a smile on your face with the hood on your head. So it's not a crime to hate somebody. It's not a crime to be racist, to be for your race. That's what that means. But if you're a part of government, if you have a business, you're a part of government. You're connected to the government. You got to get licensed from the government, local government or whatever. Your tax status, you know. So now you got a business, right? Retail business. If you put a sign up, no niggas allowed, they're gonna close you down. Now you can let people come in, and it's best not for you to talk about your racism. But let's say, look, you got KKK. Why? Let's see this. If the Anti-Defamation League, when you read about them, when you go to their page, it's about protecting anybody that defames anybody, not the small hats. They do it to protect the small hats, and it goes back to this guy. I think it's Lou Frank. Somebody help me out. It was this case where he supposedly killed this little white girl in his factory or whatever, and then he went ahead and he pointed a finger and he said, "Jake, janitor did it," and janitor said, "Nope, I didn't do it." They went to trial. He was found guilty, and then they had a group of lawyers, small hat lawyers, get together. And then they said, y'all are saying that because you're anti-Sem. And that's the go-to line. So Kyrie can bring a lawsuit against him. You know, they just wanted to make the dude bow down. But anyway, I'm all over the place. But Jake is waking up. You know, you read Ezekiel 37, that's the great awakening. So, and that's the reason why they got on him. They got on him not because he saw the movie and made a tweet about it. It's because he's identifying with the fact that he's an Israelite. So to them, the whole movie was anti-Sem because in the movie it's saying that we are the people. So for us to say we are the people is to say that they're not the people. So to them, that's anti-Sem. So now let's go into a couple of precepts here. Okay, the video. If you go to Cross the Line Radio, the most recent video, which I saw a day or two ago, and he has a part. He's on the Clubhouse, and he has there was like a 10-minute clip on Clubhouse with Hassan Campbell and Captain Tazariak, dialoguing. And Hassan Campbell says, and Hassan Campbell tells a straight up truth. He mentioned the FEMA camps, and then he mentioned the Karagma. And then Captain Tazariak said, Captain Tazariak said this, and I couldn't believe you said that. We're already in FEMA camps. Well, guess what? Then everybody's in FEMA camps. Esau's in FEMA camps. Everybody's in FEMA. People come from different countries to come to America, because they like FEMA camps, or they like camps, prison. They put you in the prison. No, that's something getting ready to come. And that's not all of us, that's some of us. Some of these jakes are going, and they are already in the system, in the prison system, but there's going to be a point where they're going to lock up people for not taking the jab, or not taking this, or not, or maybe not taking the charagma, if you know what I mean. They might put you in prison, and then they'll let you out. I mean, it says in Revelation 20, verse 4, that you're going to be beheaded. So some of us will be put to death. So get ready for that and get your mind right. Because you're going straight to glory, you're going straight to the spiritual realm. And then when it reaches that point, like I said in previous videos, when it reaches the point where they start tagging you with the charagma, everything gonna move quick. It ain't gonna be no situation where they're gonna tag you with the charagma. They're gonna have charagma stations for the next 5 years. We got to deal with that shit, and then you languishing in a concentration camp. Everything's gonna move quick. Everything's gonna move quick. What they're doing over there in China, but now China's getting pushback from the people. So they're kind of saying they're rethinking it, man, because they said, look, the experience that they had, the first experience that they had where they locked people down, they said, we ain't having it this time. So that's a model for what's going to other parts around the world and America, because they want you to take that corrupt. That's the major prophecy that IUIC can't get, ISUPK can't get. Only other camp that got it is the Sakari. It's GMS and Sakari. HODC knows about it, but they don't push it. They don't push hardly nothing, And that's why we keep speaking about it. We keep speaking about it because when it comes, you can't say, oh, I didn't know if the Most High put the spirit on somebody, or if I was following Bishop. Now, what's going to happen with the IUIC when it's actually manifested? Huh? What's going to happen? Let me come back over here. Okay, I hope y'all watched this video. I did the video last night on. I hope y'all watched the video. This guy, in a nutshell, in a few words, he's nothing but a Baptist preacher, but he's preaching Islam. But then again, he'll open up with Allah, which if he doesn't change that, the Most High is jealous for his name. Here you call on Allah. But then as soon as you do this little prayer in the Arabic, then you go right. Every scripture that you hit is scripture. It's always scripture. It's always scripture. Not the Quran. Maybe you might hit 20 scriptures in the Bible, the word of the Most High. And then you might hit one, you might quote one scripture from the Quran. He's nothing but a Baptist preacher, and the people that follow him are zombies. That whole cult of personality thing. That's what he is, a cult of personality. Okay, GMS acquire early 2, the wasted to destroy. That's the missiles. And that will not come except the charagma comes first. The charagma station is set up. And then when that happens, going back to charagma, the MOTB, when that happens, the leadership of the IUIC has a lot of explaining to do. The leadership of the ISUPK has a lot of explaining to do. And we're going to watch them. We're going to see what they say. Are they going to say, take it, or you do what you want to do, you do what your spirit tells you, or don't take it? GMS was right. Sakari was right. It is the MOTB. And it's going to cause a lot. It's going to cause a stir. Peter said, I'm here to stir your pure minds by way of what? Remembrance. We got it right. We always got it right. Sakari got it right because Sakari came up under us. Sakari is just an offshoot of men, mostly young brothers, because they're young. The leadership is young, and they got the hip hop and all that. And so these young guys are following them, man. How many of them are of the elect? I don't know. Hey, I told Apostle Goodbar, I said, don't be surprised if you find out that Deacon Akar is one of the elect. And what I meant by that was, don't be surprised if you find guys that are in other Israelite groups that are of the elect. And we say that. We don't say, oh, if you're not in GMS, you're not of the elect. We can't say that. Now, IUIC will say it. Asaph said it. He said, if you leave our camp and you go to another camp, you're not going to make it. So they're saying that the true camp of the Most High is the IUIC. They actually said this. They got videos on it. Matter of fact, let me go ahead and get that. Okay, IUIC. Bear with me for a minute. Let me put down Army, because it's one of those short videos. Okay, Army of God. Now you got to watch some of these videos. IUIC, Army of God, Most High God, Army of Most High God. Okay, let me join God's army. Oh, here it is. God's army as seen by the prophet Ezekiel. Visit us at israelunited.org. Read that again. 2 weeks ago, God's army as seen by the prophet Ezekiel. So now let's go to the book of Ezekiel. I love this chapter because that's Ezekiel chapter 37 is being fulfilled right now as we speak. Okay, Ezekiel 37. So you just saw the thumbnail for the video, right? God's army as seen by Ezekiel, which is clearly a lie. Are they part of God's army? Yes. Let's come down here. So I guess the dry bones are these jakes that eventually join the IUIC. The rest of us, we're just niggas. We're just niggas that think we're Israelites. We're really not even Israelites. So let's come down. You really got to read the whole thing. The bones coming again together, the sinews. So I prophesied as commanded. Now Ezekiel prophesied. Then said he unto me, prophesied unto wind, prophesied. They'll say the four winds, O breath, breathe upon the slain that they may live. The slain that they may live are the members, future members of the IUIC. So if you join GMS, you don't have to, your bones didn't come together. You don't have flesh and sinew coming together. You damn sure don't have no breath in you. If you're in GMS, if you're in a Sakari, if you're in ISUPK, if you're in any of those camps, HODC, Lions of Israel, any of those camps, you just a nigga that's still dead. So let's read that again. Then said he unto me, prophesy unto the wind, prophesy, son of man, and say to the wind, thus saith the Lord power, come from the four winds, O breath, and breathe upon these slain that they may live. So these slain that live are guys that say, no, I think I saw GMS, I don't like them. I don't like them. Kyrie, I don't like them. I'm getting with the IUIC. And that's the fulfillment. You have to be, according to them, you have to be a part of the IUIC as Asaph, Deacon Asaph, whatever his title is. Ask him about it, because he said that. He said, if you're a part of the IUIC and you leave and you join another camp and you're still teaching, you're taken out of the book. What kind of madness is that? That's a fear tactic. It says, so I prophesied as he commanded me, and the breath. What is the breath? What is the breath? That's a whole nother subject right there. The breath is talking about the knowledge. What did the Lord, the Heavenly Father, do to Abraham? He breathed into his nostrils the breath of life. What is the breath of life? He was already breathing. He was always walking around. He had his woman with him. What does it mean that he breathed into his nostrils the breath of life? He gave him the knowledge of the Most High. So the only ones that got this knowledge are the men and the women at IUIC. They don't have the full breath. They're lacking on the charagma. Oh, and I heard this from top guys, deacons or bishops, whatever, that Bishop Nate is the fulfillment of Malachi 4 and 5. I said that earlier. They're saying that he's the prophet Elijah, that he's Elijah, that Bishop Nate is Elijah. Tell me that I'm lying. Because you got it. You ain't putting it out there like that. Look, the bishop, he's not going to put up a video saying that he's not going to make the statement and put it on film that he is Elijah. But they teach that. They teach that. And I saw it on video. The brother that looks like an Ephraimite, one of the Latin tribes, the lightest skinned brother, kind of short brother, he actually said that with another Ephraimite. And I wish I had the video. I don't know if I recorded or whatever, but he said, because I believe it was, what's the brother's name? Gadaliah. I believe he said it. So I cornered him on that. And about that situation. And he kind of danced around it. But then someone sent me a video where the guy said, he has to be, see, he didn't say he is, he said he has to be this. Don't be surprised. Something to the effect, don't be surprised if you find out that that's Elijah the prophet. That ain't no Elijah the prophet. Elijah the prophet is Abba Bivens. And the men that gathered, wound up being 3 men that followed him even to his death. That was in his deathbed. Those were the men that were given to, and then out of those 3 became 7. Out of those 7 became us. So that's a lie straight out of the pits of hell, or the pit of hell. So it says, "So I prophesied as he commanded me, and the breath came into them, and they lived and stood upon their feet, an exceeding great army." I just showed you this. I just showed you the and they stood and lived upon it, and they stood up upon their feet, an exceeding great army. Now let the Russians come down with their missiles. They'll make them guys disappear. Let them get. You notice they ain't got no guns. Let them do something greasy, man. Let them do something spicy. Let them. Oh, that whole the small hats coming together. It was for something else. This is what I don't know how true that is. I know that they were in town at that time, so I don't know the full thing. Here it is. So you can't say I'm putting words in their mouth and I'm lying. I need to stop lying. That's against the law. It says God's army as seen by the prophet Ezekiel. God's army as seen by the prophet Ezekiel. So this is what he saw. A bunch of guys marching down the street in purple. Well, let's come back. The vision explained. Then he said unto me, Son of man, these bones are the what? Are the whole house of Israel. Behold, they say our bones are dried and our hope is lost. We are cut off from our parts. It says the whole house of Israel. What does the word whole mean? Let's look it up. It said these bones are the whole. Let's look up the word whole. Kal, which means all. 100%. All, right? Kal means all. The whole, all, the whole of, any, each, every, anything, totality, everything. So it's not talking about men in purple suits, shiny suits from IUIC that's marching down the street. Let's go to that again because you might have forgot. All I did was put in IUIC, Army of God, God's army as seen by the prophet Ezekiel. So this is God. This is what he saw, and this is the whole house of Israel. If you're in another camp, according to them, according to this statement, then you're not you're still a dead bone. Clearly going off, man. And that's why they can't. And the breath. I read about the breath, right? It said, but there was no breath in it. The breath is what? The full knowledge. They don't have the full knowledge. They wouldn't be teaching that the Charagma is an embargo or as countries and nations, small nations and great nations, poor nations and rich nations. No, it's talking about, and then Bishop Nathaniel, he said that it's not talking about people, it's talking about nations, countries, and corporations. That's what he said. Watch his video that we did a video on it. He came back and did a counter on that. And he called us a bunch of conspiracy nuts. Well, you got conspiracies all around you, man. Every day. Conspiracies all around you. Anyway, let's go from here to, let me leave this up. Let's go to my favorite Christian, Jason Whitlock. So I can say without a doubt that everything that we say, we back it up. We're not putting words in this guy's mouth, Captain Zazariak's mouth. He said it after Hassan Campbell said what he said. So Hassan Campbell came out with the full truth. He's 100% truth when he made them statements, or that statement. And Captain Zazariak, he just flipped it around, but you saw how it shook him up. He got hit with a spiritual gut shot, man. So you got other men in IUI and GMS saying that he took the bag, and I have to believe that, man. I have to believe that. Remember, the head man of the ISUPK, General Yohana, as soon as they said we got a vaccine, we can start taking it. The first statement that he made was, "Go ahead and take it," and that's that's all over the web. If you go to my whatchamacallit, the Odyssey page, you'll find it. He says it, then he gets cursed out by Sarnetta, and he said, "You got to come on my show and explain yourself." And he said it. He said the white man really doesn't want you to take it, but he's using reverse psychology. I'm saying it in so many words, but he's telling you not to take it. Oh no, he's telling you to take it, so you won't take it. but they're going to take it. And you're not going to take it, and you're going to die. That's what he said. He said, the white man is going to take it, Esau is going to take it, and you're not going to take it because the white man told you to take it, and you know you don't trust the white man. So you're saying, no, I don't trust the white man, I'm not going to take it, and you're going to die. Guess what? I'm still here. No member of GMS died from the no, none of them took the jab. Okay, from what I know, none of them took the jab. I made a statement. I said, don't take it. We had little discussions at the end of camp. Well, certain brother, well, my employer says I got to take it. What do I do? I said, well, look, quit the fucking job and get another job. Because if everybody said they're not going to take it, were they going to just go out of business? So you had a lot of police say, no, I'm not taking it. A lot of big thing in the military, got a lot of people in the military, the 4 or 5 branches of the military, they said, we ain't taking it. And they got out. So now what's happening? Now, not a Supreme Court, it might be the state Supreme Court or lower court, said that you were wrong in firing them. You got to take them back, and you got to pay them. If they've been out for 2 years, you got to pay them for all the time that they miss. Now, here comes Kyrie. You remember, Kyrie, 2 years ago, 2.5 years ago, said, I'm not going to take it. They said, you can't play in New York. So now with this court decision, he's working for the NBA. He's working for the he's a member of the Nets, right? Brooklyn Nets. So guess what? That applies to him too. So they owe this guy millions of dollars for saying that you can't play. So if you can't play, you're not getting paid. So now they got to give him back pay. If you notice the timing, they come up with this thing, they put him on blast. And by the way, it's backfiring. You got a lot of Tom ass niggas that came against him, but Jake is seeing it. Oh, what's his name? Beniaga, whatever the name is, Bessany, whatever, that clothing company. They got rid of Ye, right? They got rid of Ye, but guess what? They have a campaign of little teddy bears with S&M straps, leather straps on them. So there's people out there burning their $2,000 sweaters. He burning their $1,000 kicks, and they're boycotting this. So it backfired on them. The Most High is with us now. The Most High is with us. Now where in the hell did I say I was going to go? You see? But anyway, you know what I want to do? Let me do this. Bear with me for a minute. Okay. Yeah, this video, I gotta watch this. Captain Zarek says we're already in the FEMA camps. No, we're not. Because if we are, that means the whole planet, everybody that's in the U.S. is in the camp. Because guess what? There's Jake doing just as good as Edomites, or even better. And I looked at this one Jake. He had this souped up whip ride, whatever you want to call it. And I'm looking at it, right? And the guy's giving me a dirty look, like, what the fuck you looking at? And I kind of smiled. I said, I'm just admiring your car, brother. And he smiled, you know? Jake is doing good. You see Jake driving, they pushing, Mercedes and, BMWs. Jake, brand new. Jake is doing better. So how the hell you in a FEMA camp, doing that damn good. No, that's not talking about that. Because of drugs and poverty. That means everybody in America is on drugs and poverty. And then you have people that come from other parts of the planet to come for vacation to America. Why would you come to vacation to a FEMA camp? Doesn't make any sense. And let me do this. Let me do this so you can watch it if it's still up. Cross the line radio. Okay, I believe this is it. Captain Tazariak of the ISUPK versus Hassan Campbell. We already in FEMA camps. So I'm gonna let it play. Fair use, fair use, fair use.
We on the brink of World War III right now, and we on the brink of our own.
You heard what Hassan Campbell said. Don't be surprised if he's one of the elect to Israel. You heard what he just said? The Spirit was on him. Let's listen to that again. This is Hassan Campbell speaking.
We on the brink of World War III right now.
You got that right. We on the brink of World War III right now. In the scriptures, it's called the third woe. It's also called Armageddon.
And we on the brink of our own economic collapse that people are not going to be ready for. A lot of people are going to die behind this economic collapse.
Correct. Again. Correct the mundo. Again.
We headed towards a time, where a lot of people, a lot of programs is getting ready to lapse where people are not going to be able to pay their rent. Now the trick to that is you can't pay your rent, and landlords are not playing anymore. They're not taking anybody that has an eviction on their record. So now you get evicted out of your home, and let's say you do get another program, but these landlords are saying, no, you're unworthy, you're not trustworthy. I'm not going to take you in my home because
the scriptures say out of the mouth of babes. Hassan Campbell is a babe in this knowledge. He's a babe. He's a young man out of the mouth of babes. This is a man. He's telling 100. He's speaking 100% truth.
You can't pay bills. I let you in for 6 months, and you only give me 3 months worth of rent, and then down the line it takes me 2 years to get you out of my apartment. And that adds up to thousands and thousands or hundreds of thousands worth of dollars. These landlords are not happening. So we're getting ready to find ourselves in some hard times. And people are not really prepared for that. Now,
1 minute. Let's commence.
My whole thing is, like, I want you to think about it, Cap, right? In the earlier days, we used to talk about the FEMA camps, right? Because we would hear about these camps being built all over America, the same ones you see in China. Now,
the same way you see in China, and even Australia, because they forced that vaccine on them. They were shooting. The police were shooting rubber bullets and at them to get it. Man, they were going off. They were going in. In China, you know what happened with China? Talking about a year and a half ago, and everything's kind of back to normal. But they're going to bring it back. Even here in the States, they're saying, "Oh, it's coming back in a big way." They're just riding off the fact that this is cold and flu season. So anybody that goes in there, they think they might have it. They have a flu or a cold. They go in there. Oh, you got this. Oh, you have to take the shot. And people are waking up to it, because a lot of people had close relatives that took it, The ones that got sick are the ones that took it. So the truth is coming out, man. And the truth is coming out that you people that call you small hats, you're not the people of the Most High. We are the people of the Most High. And you can't stop this train.
Everything that we used to call FEMA camps are being called COVID camps. So they're building covert camps now for the sick. When you find yourself evicted out of your home, and you go sit down at the welfare, and you tell them you need help, you're homeless, go to the shelter. There's going to come a time where they're not going to place you in the shelter, they're going to place you in that FEMA camp. And when you tell the system of Satan that...
It doesn't have to be a FEMA camp. Like you said, it's the C camp, C-19 camp, or whatever camp. They can call it what they can call it. But some of us will be placed in prisons pursuant to Revelation 2:10.
Oh, no, thank you. I don't need your help no more. Now they're going to take your children because you just admitted to them that you don't have nowhere feeding your children or providing a home. This is where we are at as a people and don't even see this. And mentally, we are supposed to be getting prepared for that, but every time you turn around, they got some celebrity gossip overshadowing where we should be sitting up there paying attention to the signs of the times. If you see the elite building Noah's Ark or doomsday bunkers, then why the hell are we paying so much attention to celebrity gossip? If you see the elite spending money on cyanide because they know about their own drop radiation bombs all over the world, why are we not compared? If we see they putting out shows as doomsday preppers, and they putting out shows like on The Walking Dead or How to Survive, you going into nature for 30 days and seeing how long you can stay out there naked and afraid. Shows like Naked and Afraid, they're showing you. They're giving you signs and they're letting you know where the world is turning. And we are mesmerized and captivated by celebrity gossip, by dead celebrities, by Kanye West with his ignorance. It's like we are living in a time where a hard head is going to make a soft ass. And all I'm going to tell you people is, don't find yourself going to Uncle Sam looking for aid and help, and he leads you to a FEMA camp because you can't pay these bills, because you can't provide for your children, because y'all think it's a game and y'all think it's a clutch, and y'all got too comfortable using Uncle Sam. He's going to put you in a position where he wants you to. In order for you to get in those camps, to get that help, you got to get that check, that mark of the beast. Hey, that COVID was a test.
Out of the mouth of babes. Nothing but truth. Everything he said for the last 4 minutes, 9 seconds, is nothing but pure, unadulterated truth.
I'm gonna tell you something, right? For black people, okay, so now I'm gonna flip this a little bit with what you said, right? Because some of that sound like fear talk, not from you, because you're speaking from FEMA camps, the bunkers and shit. That's all white folk shit, right? Because white folk believe that their kingdom is falling. So because white folk believe their kingdom is falling, they're the ones in bunkers and shit. Put a nigga in the bunker, he dying in 2 weeks. He's not gonna have enough food. We don't think like bunkers. But here's what I will tell you: when the heroin and the feminist movement hit the black community, that's the FEMA camp that started. Because when those things hit the black community and we decided to sell them, we like to look at what we call the OGs. I had some when I was coming up. We had the OGs. What was they? It was how to sell drugs, because we was the teenagers and all you could or under not even teenagers, and all you gonna do is get a slap in the wrist and your parents come home, they teach you, hey, take this package up here, deliver this here, go ahead and do this. And after the dope came, And the cocaine came, the crack came, and crack was like a fucking death penalty offense. So when we talk about FEMA camps and having to go to the white man to pay rent, and we can't pay, and we can't do that shit now. Like, even when I hear people talk about like recession, when has a nigga not been in a recession? I hate it. I remember in the 2000s or something when the towers fell and the stock market crash and white man going through his recession, niggas and they rap songs and all that shit. It's a recession, y'all. We poor. As if before the recession hit for the white man, we wasn't already in that condition. We take the white man's position imparted on ourselves and negate our own position and wonder why we can't get out. And then we take the time to complain about everything that the white man is doing, but won't do what it takes to get ourselves out of condition.
So what he's saying is we got to take steps to get out of this condition. We're in this condition because the Most High put us in this condition. We can't get out of this condition because the Most High put us in this condition. We can't be on top of this man because the Most High put Yahweh B'Shai put us in this position. So he's sounding carnal. See, them filters are working, man. Them filters and mental filters. People see shit, man. Jake is waking up. Jake is waking up. The worst thing that the ADL did was put Ye and Kyrie on blast and Nick Cannon, because Jake is saying, wait a minute. Every time they say something concerning them, us being the people, they jump out of, they come at us. So more Jake is you. What you did was the scriptures say you can't do nothing against the truth, but for the truth. You can't do nothing against the truth, but for the truth. So guess what? The ADL did something for the truth because now more people are talking about it, especially behind the fact that that movie Hebrews and Negroes is still up there in Amazon. They haven't even interviewed Jeff Bezos. He said, "Look, I'm gonna keep it up there." So there's something rotten in Denmark. Let's listen on.
FEMA camps, just to correct, there ain't no such thing as a microchip that's a mark of the beast. The mark of the beast is the spirit that you carry for that beast. So that mark, like when it says in your forehead, what's in your forehead? Your brain.
Look up Neuralink, Elon Musk Neuralink. What is he gonna put in your brain? A chip in your brain.
What you think with? Your hand symbolizes the action. That's the mark in your hand. So now, when you take in that information, what are you willing to do with it?
That information, the Karax. The Karagma goes to the Karax, and then it goes into the grapho when you're taking that information. So he just explained it. He said it, he explained it, not realizing if he stopped and thought, he would say, wait a minute, it's physical. See, he's saying it's spiritual, but it's actually physical. The thing they're gonna put in your head, Neuralinks, is a physical thing. They test it on pigs and monkeys. Elon said he vows to do human testing come 2023, which is 3 weeks away. 3 weeks, not even a month away. 3 weeks and a couple of days away. And what's happening out there in Sweden? I think there's maybe 100,000 people. I could be wrong, but it's in the thousands that people go to different doctors and tattoo guys that are certified to do it, and they can actually put, Karagmas. Actually, it's in your left hand. Revelation 20 verse 4. it says a mark in your hands, either hand. So it doesn't have to be right hand.
We take in the information that I could be a drug dealer, and we take the action of doing it.
So that means that you had drug dealers in the past. You had drug dealers back in World War One, back in the ancient world. You had drug dealers. So that means they all had the chip. Come on, that doesn't make any sense. Anyway, let me do this. I'm changing gears now. The hell just happened? Bear me for a minute. Why the hell? Let me try it this way. The hell? Okay, this is what I wanted. 2 Corinthians 2, verse 11. That Satan should get an advantage of us, for we are not ignorant of his devices. So let me look up the word ignorant. No, let's look up devices. Let's look up devices. A mental perception, thought, an evil purpose, that which thinks, the mind, thoughts, or purpose. The G3540. Mind, device, thought. So a device is something that someone invents. So Esau invented things, right? They had scientists invent things, right? Just like the charagma is going to something that's it's going to be invented. It's a device, and it's a physical device. Esau is a carnal man. He's a physical man. He does things on a physical level, not on a spiritual level. Let me look up the word device. Put the word device there. I'm sorry, deceive. Deceive. Did I spell that right? I just want the New Testament. Revelation 20, verse 3, Revelation 20, verse 8, and cast him into the bottomless pit and shut him up and set a seal upon him that he should deceive the nations no more till the 1,000 years should be fulfilled. And after that, he must be loose a little season. He's in that little season. And I'm gonna click on this word deceive. Revelation 20, verse 8, and shall go out to deceive the nations which are in the four quarters of the earth, Gog and Magog, to gather them together to battle, the number of whom is as the sand of the sea. That's World War III. So now let me deal with the word deceive. Planao. And this and you know, one of these guys, I believe it was Tennessee, and one of them camps, IUIC camps, said because they changed the story up on the MOTB. One, and I did a video on it. And one of the guys said, yeah, the MOTB. Well, he didn't say that, but he said the mark. He said, look, they can hold you down and they can stick it in you, but so it's beyond your power. So the Most High can forgive you for that. So what is it? What are they teaching? They keep changing the way the breakdown goes. Bishop Nathaniel said it's talking about corporations and countries, and it's not a physical thing. It has nothing to do with people. To these last guys saying, and I probably can find it too. Matter of fact, let me do this. Let me do this. Let me go to. Bear me for a minute. I'm gonna get ready to close because I'm going long. Let me try this. I see the mark of the beast. Okay, this is Captain Joel. He totally botches it. He's basically deceiving people. He's giving them half truths. I'm almost positive this is it. Mark of the Beast. This is Nashville, Tennessee. So let's listen to this. Fair use, fair use, fair use. And this is something completely different than what Bishop Nathaniel said back in, I don't know, 2014 or so. He said it had nothing to do with people, and it's not physical. This was put up 9 months ago. So let's listen to it.
Right. So if you get the mark of the beast, can you enter into the kingdom of heaven? You think? No, you can't. So if the white man can force it in you, can you not still repent? You should still be able to repent, right? You know what I'm saying? So that's why I was reading the scripture about them having dominion over your body. So if they put that chip in you, guess what? Or you got the chip in you don't know it. Guess what? you still should be able to repent and get into the kingdom of heaven regardless. Right. So, right. So if you get the mark of the beast, can you enter into the kingdom of heaven? You think? No, you can't. So if the white man can force it in you, can you not still repent? You should still be able to repent, right? See what I'm saying? So that's why I was reading the scripture about them having dominion over your body. So if they put that chip in you, guess what? Or you got the chip in you, you don't know it. Guess what? You still should be able to repent and get into the kingdom of heaven regardless. Right. So, right. So you get the.
And they good at right. That's right. Did not this go up to the top? Because Bishop Nate teaches it completely different. He said it was talking about nations and companies and countries, small nations and great nations, rich nations and poor nations, free nations and bond nations. That's in the 16th verse, Revelation 13. And we keep going through. We sound like a broken record, but that's all right. You don't want to hear it, you can move on to another video. I don't care. I don't give a flying. But now, when you go down to the 17th verse, it tells you who's going to get it. It says any man that gets it cannot buy or sell. You heard what this man said. I played it two times. I looped it another time. He used the word chip, meaning M chip, C hip. So they changed their story. So what are they teaching now? According to him, and you mean to tell me this didn't come up to the heads? Matter of fact, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna make a copy of this. So if they do take it down, so they changed the story. He mentioned the C hip. He said you can repent. So don't worry about it. Go ahead and take it, and you can also repent, and you can still be delivered. And that's nowhere in the scriptures. The way they're gonna pretty much get you to take it, they're gonna kind of put your back on it. They're gonna make your life a little difficult to deceive you into taking it. Just like most people, they scared the shit out of people with the vaccination. It was always on the news, and oh, look at this guy, he did it, he should have took it. Well, they were like, he didn't take it. Look what happened to him. It was a fear tactics. And a lot of you lined up and took it. And a lot of you were sick, and a lot of you were dropping dead. Okay, let me see if I got it. Okay, I think I got it. I'm not worrying about that. Let's come back over here, and I'm gonna get ready to close. So this is the word for deceive, right? And this is all in the New Testament. It's 39 times and 37 verses in the New Testament in the NT. But I want to go to Revelation. Revelation, Black Christ will slay. Okay, here it is. So the word deceive means to seduce. If a woman is dealing with another man or married to another man, you work with her on your job and she's rubbing on you and she's bumping into you with a backside. She's seducing you. She's not putting a gun into your head. She's seducing you. She's throwing herself at you. And then you got to say, as a man, as an Israelite that knows the laws, you got to say, look, stop doing that. You're married. Don't do that no more. She does it again, you report it. You might sue the company. You said this woman is harassing me, sexual harassment. You might sue them. You might get fired from the job or whatever. So get fired from the job. So seduce doesn't mean hold you down against your will, which is the same word that coming from the word deceiveth, right? So let's read some of these precepts, which we all know. I'm singing to the choir. Revelation 12, verse 9. And the great dragon was cast out, that old serpent called the devil and Satan, which deceived the whole world. The whole world. Let's look those words up. Whole meaning all, kawa. World is oikomeni. Oikomeni means the inhabited earth, the whole earth. It's not cosmos, it's not eon. And there's another one, cosmos, eon, oikomeni, and Gia, which also means the whole earth. So when a Christian roll up and say John 3:16, he loved the whole world, you got to explain to him this. When you come across the word world in the New Testament, there's 4 separate definitions. Which one is it talking about? They don't understand it because Christians are stupid. They're dummies. They got to go to school to learn how to learn the scriptures. And they still don't know the scriptures. So let's come back. So who is the great dragon? Who's the beast? Next precept. Let's come back. Deceiveth the whole world. Let's talk. The dragon is among us right now. Paul said that he might be revealed in his, how did he say it? But that he might be revealed in his time. Revelation 13 and 14. And deceiveth them that dwell on the earth by the means of those miracles, technology, which he had power to do in the sight of the beast, saying to them that dwell on the earth that they should make an image to, and it's not a picture Caesar Borgia. Bishop Nathaniel says, oh, that's talking about a picture Caesar. It's not talking about a picture Caesar Borgia. It's talking about the system. The image of the beast is the system of the first beast, which had the wound by a sword and did live. What does that mean? What does that mean? Had the wound by a sword and then live. You got to go to like the first 2-3 verses, talking about the ancient pagan Roman Empire. Like I said, like I said, I'm singing to the choir. We here at Great Millstone, we know these prophetic scriptures backwards and forwards and upside down. Revelation 18:23, and the light of the candle shall shine no more at all in thee. And, oh, that's my favorite, Revelation 18. A bridegroom and the bride shall be heard no more at all in thee. Why? Because everything is going to be destroyed. Everything is going to be dissolved. It shall melt with fervent heat. For thy merchants, what made America great? What made China great? What made any nation great? Them creating things and selling it abroad and becoming rich. At one time, man, America, when you talk about like after World War II, before post Vietnam conflict, man, there was no such thing as drugs, man. Ain't nobody was doing no hard drugs. That came about with the Vietnam conflict. You had back then, before the Vietnam conflict, you know, in the 50s, that was the height of Esau's power. That's when you lived in your own gated communities, and a man, and you had 2 cars, a car for you and a car for your wife. And the man went out to work, women stayed home and took care of the kids in the house. What happens now? You got women got jobs, and all kind of adultery takes place in them jobs. What happened recently with this Jake, with the Edomite woman on Good Morning America? They were sitting around each other, and they were having an affair. So, but they were both married, so they both left their spouses and got with each other. Why? Because she was around him. See, this place is wicked all the way around, man. Women are supposed to be at home. That's also in the scriptures. For thy merchants were the great men of the earth, for by thy sorceries, thy technology, were all nations deceived. So the last deception was what? Is the charagma. That's the last deception. That's another topic. The last deception. Revelation 19 and 20, and the beast was taken, and with him the false prophet that wrought miracles before him, and with which he deceived. Now you notice it said, and the beast was taken, and with him the false prophet. Prophet, that represents that whole Christian, from the Catholics on down. Because guess what? They're going to be pushing to take that charagma because they're part of the beast system. It says with which he deceived them that had received the what? The charagma of the beast. And them that worship his image. It's not talking about Caesar Borgia. These both were cast alive into a lake of fire, burning with brimstone. And we read these three. That he should deceive the nations no more. The last deception is what? When he pushes the charagma. 8 verse, Revelation 28, and shall go out to deceive the nations which are in the four quarters of the earth. Revelation 20 verse 10, and the devil that deceived them was who? What did they? What's the last deception? What is the last device that they're going to do? Device meaning invention that they made. What is the last thing they're going to deceive you with? Is the charagma. And like I said, the Most High is going to break up the IUIC. The Most High is going to break up the ISUPK, and the Most High is going to break up any camp that's not teaching the scriptures 100%. Anyway, with that, I'm going to say shalom.